All right, let's get right into it. You probably remember the headlines from a few years back that sounded, well, more like a movie plot than actual foreign policy. The United States wanted to buy Greenland. Sounds kind of simple on the surface, right? But as we're about to see, this idea runs smack into a giant wall of international treaties and alliances. I mean, the statement couldn't have been more direct. Former President Trump put it out there plain and simple. We want Greenland. There's no room for interpretation there. It's a bold claim that sounds like something out of an old history book, but it's happening in a world with a very modern, very complicated set of rules. So you might be asking, why Greenland of all places? Well, the official reason given was all about national security. The concern was the growing number of Chinese and Russian naval ships popping up in the Arctic, which is becoming more and more strategic. So from that point of view, having control over Greenland seemed like a pretty smart move to protect the U.S. mainland.
And that really gets us to the heart of this whole thing. In the 21st century, can a country, even a superpower, just go out and acquire a huge territory that belongs to another nation? I think you know the answer is a big, fat no. But the reasons why it's so impossible, well, that's what makes this story so interesting.
So let's unpack this Greenland dream. You know, the idea of buying up land isn't exactly new for the U.S. I mean, look at the Louisiana Purchase or when we bought Alaska. But trying to use that same logic today misses one huge modern detail. You've got to know who actually has the power to sell. And to figure that out, we have to ask a pretty basic question. Who is the real owner? Who actually has the authority to sign Greenland over to someone else? Believe it or not, the answer is a little more complicated than you'd think. Okay, so here's hurdle number one, the way power is split up. See, Greenland is basically a self-governing country. It has its own prime minister, it handles its own internal stuff, but, and this is a huge but, its security and its foreign policy are controlled by the Kingdom of Denmark. So any talk about selling or transferring the territory has to go through Denmark.
And this, right here, is where the plot takes a massive twist. Because dealing with Denmark isn't just a one-on-one negotiation. Nope. Denmark brings its friends to the party. And its friends happen to be part of the most powerful military alliance in the world.
So let's just imagine for a second a totally hypothetical, aggressive scenario. Let's say the U.S. gives up on buying Greenland and decides to just take it by force. The very first domino that falls is this. An attack on Greenland is legally the same as a war with Denmark. Now, on its own, that might sound like a conflict between two countries, but it's the next piece of this puzzle that makes the whole idea completely self-destruct.
And here it is, the knockout punch. Denmark isn't just some member of NATO, they are a founding member of the alliance, all the way back from 1949. And that membership comes with a security guarantee that is absolutely ironclad. It changes everything.
That guarantee is locked into one of the most famous clauses in all of geopolitics, Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty. Let's break down what this labyrinth, as our source material calls it, really means. The principle itself is so simple, yet it's incredibly powerful. An attack on one member country is considered an attack on all of them. It's the whole point of NATO. So an attack on Denmark automatically becomes an attack on the UK, on France, Germany, Canada. You get the idea.
And this is where you see the beautiful, impossible trap. Just follow the logic. Step 1. The US attacks Denmark to get Greenland. Step 2. NATO immediately invokes Article 5. Step 3. Every other NATO member is now required by treaty to defend Denmark. And now for the mind-bending final step. The United States is also a member of NATO, which means it would be legally obligated by that same treaty to defend Denmark from itself.
I mean, can you even wrap your head around that? The source material puts it perfectly. It's a situation that no one can even imagine. A country being forced by a treaty to declare war on itself. It's a complete and total geopolitical checkmate. The system is literally designed to make this impossible.
So the conclusion here is pretty clear. Whether the plan was to buy it, which both Denmark and Greenland said no to, or to take it by force, it was never going to happen. The web of international law is just too strong. Trump's Greenland dream was always going to stay just that, a dream.
But all of this leaves us with a much bigger thought, doesn't it? This whole story is a perfect example of the invisible rules that really run the world. It makes you wonder, just how strong are these agreements on paper when they go up against the ambitions of the world's biggest powers? It's definitely something to think about.